Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to build a big saw. Not this big saw, but we got Stihl ms880. We'll do a full teardown, porting, and some dyno runs. Alright, stick around. Alrighty, here we have Stihl ms880. Max flow air filter. It's got a bark box. And it put up some pretty healthy baseline numbers. Tree service saw. Use it. Long bar 404. So we're just going to try and keep what it has. And add a little bit more. You can see the factory muffler is pretty choked up. Comes out the port, bounces off the front cover, through this hole, up through the tunnel, and then out this side. There are a couple little gills in there, but that's about it. So if you got an 880, muffler mod is definitely a good thing. Alright, I think maybe get that impulse out of the way. There's just enough slack in that throttle rod. Maybe. Yep, just enough slack to get the carb off without having to mess with the linkage. That's what it is. 880. Big old carb on the 880. Pull the boot off. Here we go. Recoil. And off she comes. Cylinder looks good. Big old boot. There's the intake, transfers, and the exhaust. Nice clean cylinder. A little bit of dry carbon at the top, but we'll take care of that. No marks, no scores, good shape. See? A little bit of dry carbon in the exhaust port too. But I'll get these rings off, clean off the case. Alright, I'll get this set up. I'm going to take 30 thousandths out of the squish band. Then we'll move the ports from there. So we went to 99 on the exhaust, 120 on the transfers, intake still at 69. Left the squish a little bit loose, 29 thousandths, just to help with that compression. These big bore saws like this, they're really, you really got to commit to crank these over. So we don't want a whole bunch of compression on it. we'll see. Fuel it up and we'll get it fired up. Oh man, that's a whole lot of chainsaw there, fellas. 122cc two-stroke that you got to hold on to. You can't even ride this one. Guess if your chain's set wrong, you'll ride it. Drag you across the log or something. There you started. Alright, here's the results. Ported 880. Blue line stock, red line ported. Stock, it made a pretty surprising 10.8 horse, but that's with the max flow and with the bark box. Those two things really seem to help this saw out. And ported, gained just over 20%. Nice broad working range. Added all the power up here where you're going to be using it. 8,000 to 9,000 RPM. This saw still has a limited coil. It's limited right around 11.2. Now if you were really pushing one of these, you could swap to an unlimited coil, push the durations higher, and make a bunch of horsepower. But you're going to start losing this torque down low. But since this one was going to a tree service, going to yank big 404 chain, and only come out for the big dogs, we wanted to put the power right where they're going to use it. So I'm pretty happy with that, adding 20% to an already pretty stout baseline. So, just want to share that with everybody. Thanks a lot.